We didn't even have any trouble today.
Sugar snaps.
Hey, look at there.
It was just because we just went live.
Oh, that's because we were supposed to be live and we're just supposed to be on. Oh, this is just out of reach. I got it. Yeah. There we go. I have to have my coffee within line. So
I may have to go get some more coffee.
That's
and
right.
We don't have anybody on yet.
That's
anyway,
fine.
So
we'll just kind of talk and chit chat until somebody gets on and she can get her coffee.
I can refill my coffee.
Yeah, we'll wait until somebody gets on and we'll just sit here and stare at the screen and take a nap. I think I fell asleep this morning. I'm serious. In the shower.
That's what you said.
I sat down to scrub my to do my pumice stuff on my foot, and I put my head back, and I'm sure I fell asleep. I can't believe it. All of a sudden,
I can believe it.
It's like, oh,
we do have it.
We have one soon. Now I can be official. Everybody else will be getting on here.
Yeah.
Hello, Janet.
Janet.
Yeah. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning.
Janet.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it on Sunday, June 26th. And you know what? It's number 99.
It is number 99.
However,
I know because I typed that in the description.
Oh, okay.
I just knitting podcast episode 29.
She takes
or
away
99.
she steals my thunder. I'll tell you. What are you going to say?
Well, I had to ask you though. As I was typing it, I did have to ask her. I'm like, we are 99, right? We're not 100 yet. That's next week.
Tomorrow, we are 2 years old.
We are.
Yeah.
Toddler.
We started it on
Terrible
June
twos.
28th. Oh, yeah.
Terrible twos.
Look out, guys. We're on our terrible twos. You're in trouble now. Yeah. How do you like that?
Okay, I got my cup now. I got my hot cup of coffee.
Flock Around the Table a year ago, we talked about the same shit. Pardon me. The same stuff.
It is the same shit. But,
yeah. We cut off early. We had some technical issues.
Well, that was because it was like the first freaking one.
And
I had no idea what I was doing, y'all.
Yeah, I didn't either. We had no clue. And I showed some mittens, and Micah had a shawl, and you had a brown shawl. And, that's when you started your shawl.
Which shawl?
It must have been your brown one.
My orgasm?
Must have been because we named the first one Orgasm.
Right.
So that must have been what it was because you started it. We kept telling you to write the pattern.
Yeah.
Someone else we paid tribute to on that day. Chicken Sharon.
Chicken Sharon. Of course, Chicken Sharon.
So Chicken Sharon, because we talked about Sharon Chickens Happy Eggs. See? So Sharon, you've been part of us for 2 years on Flock Around the Table. There you have it.
So we have I'm assuming it's Elizabeth. She's here in Indianapolis waiting for a granddaughter to be born today.
Oh, congratulations.
Paige from the Smoky Mountains.
Oh, nice. In Tennessee, East Tennessee. She says she finally got to watch us. Yay! Thanks. Appreciate it.
Could have come for breakfast.
Now they need to fix this because your names come up lighter than your writing. See, so we have to kind of squint to get the name.
Maybe that's one of my settings.
Okay, but we might have to work something.
I don't know, whatever.
So anyway, it's been an interesting week.
It has been for her.
Let me tell you. Last Sunday, I didn't think anything of it. Saturday night, I slept on the couch because I probably took a nap thinking, I don't know what time it is. I'll get to bed. It's usually late. And then I toss and turn upstairs and I find the couch a little more comfortable. Woke up Sunday with just a little bit of a rash here thinking something fucking bit me. So I took all the stuff.
Oh, you're using my favorite word.
Oh, I was pissed. I was just pissed because I had just washed the linens down the stuff and thought.
Now you got to strip it all and find the spider that bit you or whatever.
Find this thing that bit me. Over the course of the day, I'm over here scratching, thinking, what the hell? This is a nasty thing. Putting hydrocortisone on that spot. Then all of a sudden, the next time, I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I take off down to it, and I've got this blistery shit on my boob. Shingles. For the third time. Okay? Third time. Finally get
not on the boob.
on the boob, no less. So here we are, right? I'm going to send a note to my doctor to tell him that I think it's shingles. My sister, an ER doctor, retired, said it's shingles. Can you order something, or do you need to see me?
You used to be a nurse. Hello. Yeah. I'm pretty sure this is shingles.
And it's the third time I've had it.
Yeah.
So here we are. I'm typing the note on my phone because then I'm standing there like this. You know, my husband's trying to get a picture of it.
Oh my God, are you serious? Mikey's taking a picture of your boob.
Mikey's taking a picture of my boob to send to the doctor, right?
You're sending porn across
to the doctor's office, you know?
Oh my gosh, that's hysterical.
And when I said to him, I said, what does this look like? Earlier.
To your husband.
To my husband. He's like, I don't know. I haven't seen anything like that for years. You know, and of course I'm taken aback going, well, I know my boob's not all that great to look at. He meant the rash, you know? So, yeah, anyway. So...
He hasn't seen your boob in years either.
He hasn't. No. I keep it well hidden.
As you've well stated many times, you don't take your underwear off for nobody.
Nobody.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I may take off the shirt as long as something's covering it because there's a few many rolls, and it just depends on what kind of measurements they have to take, because then you got to get these off your waist when they're measuring. So you have to, with gravity, you know. So, but the backside, when I was first diagnosed with the Crohn's disease many years ago, people didn't even know what I looked like. I turn around and they go, oh, hey, Deb, I didn't know it was you. So, you know, come on, whatever.
Oh my gosh.
So that was that's been my week with the scratchy boob, and, you know. And I was driving Tuesday to meet the girls tonight.
I'm in tears, guys, because this is just fucking hysterical. It's really sad that you have shingles.
I know.
On your boob. I mean,
there could be worse places.
Could be way worse places.
Trust me.
I hope it doesn't spread.
It's not. It's pretty much under control. No bubbles anymore. It's just rash. And, you know, at the end of the day, though, when the gabapentin sort of wears off, you just want to squeeze it and go, get it, you know, because it's a weird pain. It's not like, oh my God, this is killing me, you know, pain. It's like you just want to just squeeze and scratch, you know, and
that doesn't sound like something that anybody would normally say about a boob.
Squeeze and
scratch.
Well,
no.
Then at one point, I had a bit of a tingle down there and a little itch, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I didn't wash my hands good enough. I'm thinking, but no, I didn't have anybody check. It went away. See, so it was okay there.
Oh,
you know,
I can't.
It was, you know, my father-in-law actually had it once on his face, and it was around his eyes, and so we were real worried about it. He wasn't. We were.
Yeah, that was. You know, that would be way worse.
Yeah, that's very worse. But so that's sort of been my whole weeks there with this.
So if I'm doing this throughout the day, you'll
know
why.
That she thinks I gave it to her.
No,
I'm not kidding.
It's like.
Once we decided,
if I see a spider over there 20 feet over,
you're
I'm doing this. Like, I'm like, no.
Well, then you don't want to know that there was one on me this morning.
A spider?
Yeah.
I saw one in my bathroom.
I think it was a spider. It could have been one of those little sneaky bugs. No, the little lady stinky ones. Because I get those every so often.
What are you
the little orange ladybugs. The little orange ones, and they smell a little bit, and they come in. We have just one little spot. Mikey sprays it every year.
I thought you were talking about
the antique kind of stink bug.
No, I thought you were talking about a bug that's only on female humans.
No.
That's what I was like, what?
I'm sure that's out there. But so anyway, I'm over here kind of paying attention. I'm feeling this crawling, you know, something like landing, and I'm going like this. And it's going down my back. So then I called Mikey, and of course I'm not dressed. And he's like, that's an interesting view. And I said, get it off. And he goes, well, what?
Whatever it is that's crawling down my back.
Well, it had flown away. So, you know, by that time, because I was swinging everything I could swing to get to it. So I finally did get dressed today.
That was pretty good mobility. Like, you must be stretching.
I have a lot of those little clicker things in the house. those things those long things, grabber things
Yes.
in the house. My husband's
So your
obsessed.
shoulders are
Yeah.
Shoulder mobility is good.
As I've sort of allegedly become less than 5 foot, I can't reach anything. So we have the fan, and we have really.
I use tongs.
I did too, but now we have these things in every room. I have vacuum cleaners all over the house too, because I have a thing about taking them out. Actually, it's funny. My husband says this week, because he gets these reward points, right? He says, well, what do you think about getting another air cleaner? And I said, don't you think we have enough? He's obsessed with those now. And he's like, well, maybe. He says, I said, don't you normally get a vacuum cleaner? And he goes, oh, I got 2 extras in the shed. He goes, and besides, you've been too busy to vacuum anyway. So yeah, anyway. You all heard about the Hoover, that hung from.
How you hang a Hoover. If you have not watched that episode, rewind, go back. It's like, I don't know, episode number 5 or something. Just, look it up. The title is How to Hang a Hoover, and listen to her story. You will die laughing.
And it's a true story.
And it's true. So true.
Yeah, it's really true. So anyway,
die laughing.
Yeah. So, and then we went on a mission for my mom this week.
Yeah.
Went to Chicago. She, as you all know, she's in hospice. No crying tears or anything. It's just her time. She's kind of hanging, but she was a little weepy. Wanted to see the old homestead. So Mikey and I went up to Chicago, drove through city traffic, and actually it was kind of exciting to him because he hadn't been driven. He goes to his sister's house, which is in Beecher, about 35 miles south in Chicago. So he doesn't actually go into the city.
Yeah.
So we got on 294 and we're right downtown in the Spaghetti Bowl, flying out in and out of traffic, and
driving like a true Chicagoan.
No, he doesn't.
Oh.
No, he gets in the lane. You
should have been driving then.
Yeah. He gets in the lane and he stays in the lane and he lets people merge, and he's one of those kind drivers. And so it took us a little longer. I would have been there and back in 4 hours. Wouldn't have made any difference. I said, you don't have to stay in this lane. You can get over. And he's like, no, I'm not sure if they'll let me in. I said, you just go over.
Oh, yeah, to put your turn signal on and just
how do you think that guy got in front of you? So anyway,
it's okay. We need drivers like your husband on the road as well. They can't all be like you on the road.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Chicago. Come on.
In New York, so
same situation. We know the driving.
I'm aggressive.
And because
he's defensive.
No, on the Dan Ryan, they can be in the far left lane and they go all the way across traffic, cutting everybody off to get off the exit because that's the only lane.
Well, they wanted to go fast, and now they need to get off.
Now they need to get off. Yeah, it's called the Dan Ryan exit move. So every once in a while, we'll get one of those down in Indy, and Mikey just cracks up. Oh, they must have come from Chicago. That's what he says every time.
Miss Karen's on. Karen, I'm knitting with the yarn that was mysteriously left in my mailbox.
I wonder who left that.
I know who left it. Karen did.
So somebody's leaving yarn in the mailbox, huh? Yeah, have to hear about that. So anyway, we finally get to Chicago. We get to my mom's old street. I remembered a lot.
Awesome.
Which things kind of came back. We went to the cemetery and saw that for her.
So your dementia is not working too well at this point then?
No, actually, it is, because that means
that's long-term memory.
Long-term memory. It's a short-term shit. I can't remember. Did we turn down this street? I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know. What year is it?
Is this 1974? Yeah. We go to the next one. So, and Mikey's been really good about, my husband's really good. Go to archives.com if you're looking for any kind of family history. The membership is like $10 a month. Sign up for a month, type in stuff. My dad actually has Mikey even found the census records that the census taker took in 1930 and 1940 at the house. He found them online. And we found out that my grandfather came through Canada into Montana. My mom never knew that he worked in Montana. She always thought he came into Chicago like my grandmother. Nope. He came in,
through Montana.
Through Montana.
Billings,
and he lived in a boarding house back then. And then even lists the 6 guys he lived with.
He lived with?
Yeah, cool. In a boarding house at the same time he was. And it took him 2 years to get from Montana to Chicago. So I'm sure he worked and did other things, but he never
along the way,
permanently. Yeah, he loved the United States. He traveled as much as he could because he thought it was just the best place in the whole world coming out of Yugoslavia. He's actually Hungarian by birth, but with all the way the things changed and him coming and going and everything, his brother went to Argentina.
Yeah, boundaries have changed.
Yeah, his brother
many years, 100 years.
Yeah, went through Germany, went to Argentina. So there's family in Argentina. So Mikey's actually, since he has
then he needs to go visit and bring his spouse.
Yeah, that's what I said. You need to look all that up. And I've been to Buenos Aires, so that's okay. I can go back. It's an 11+ hour flight from Dallas.
But think of the cruise that could be.
I know. That's where we went on Antarctica. So next time I could go a couple days earlier and go visit relatives and then go to Antarctica again. That'd be great. So anyway, archives.com, if you're looking for somebody, they do a great job, and it's worth the $10 for the month. Just mark on your calendar to cancel it at the last,
when you want to cancel
on your 29th day. Otherwise you're going to pay like $10 more. So, but they did real good with the genealogy. He got mom and grandpa. So cool. My mom settled down quite a bit this week. So she doesn't have too much.
She wasn't as anxious or depressed or
no. She kind of, it was a blessing to her, Yeah. And when people kind of get to the end of the stage, I keep telling her, I said, when my brother was sick, didn't you pray for God not to take him, So now you're suffering because you left my brother on the face of the earth.
Yeah. You used up your prayer on him.
That's what we keep telling her. And she's like, oh, if I had only known. She's just funny. She's cracking me up. She's doing okay, guys.
The pastor came in and was laughing at the same thing.
Yeah, she told her the story. Mind is totally together. It's just that she's got some issues here.
Her body is failing.
Yeah, her body's just going. So it's her time, but she's got a good attitude when you keep her, when you remind her and you get her laughing and things like that. Then she's got a cool turn with it, and she's, and I'm a lot like her, so this is kind of, the babble. That's where it comes from, my mother,
Well, it's a good thing you babble, because people out there wouldn't think this is really weird if we just sat there and stared at them.
Never happened.
Not with her around. No.
That's why it worked that when I went to critical care, I got all these patients. I'm like, how come I always get the ones that you can never, that are sedated and quiet,
you'll still talk to them,
and that's what everybody said. That's because you're in there chatting away at them, and
I should call you Ducky. Because he talks to them too.
I always did. When I first started working for Disney, we had to learn their little objective, type thing, and it was this little thing, and I'm sure when the woman woke up, that was what she could recite, because I talked to her all night trying to remember, because the next morning I was going to work, going there, and I was going to take that test. So that's how it was. Yeah. So going to Chicago was fun. I did quite a bit of knitting, not as much as I'd like.
Well, I had to remind her. So y'all, when we were eating breakfast, she told me basically what she just told you. But I said, you went all the way to Chicago and all the way back, and you didn't bring back any vitamin M?
No, never crossed my mind. And how many delis did we drive by? We kept saying, we went out to Wheaton to Chino's East from River Grove. So anybody in Chicago watching, you kind of know where we were headed. And we got so wrapped up in figuring out which was the best way to go home. Should we go back into the city because everybody will be driving out of the city, but then we get the people going south, coming out of the city.
Are you just trying to predict something? Just get on the fucking road and go.
Well, the thing is the map was asking you, I mean, you had to pick one or another. And so finally I got on my phone and said fastest route. And he goes, but that might take us on tolls. I said, so what?
So what? Who cares?
I just want the fastest route.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't really 35 was pretty much as low. I mean, every once in a while we'd get stop and go, and it routed us around the construction in Lafayette, and it tried to route us around the construction up in Lebanon, and he figured it wouldn't be long. Dummy, he should have gone around. But we got home anyway. Didn't take us that long. So it was kind of a good day. It was a fun day. Chicago's a great city, and he was impressed with Elmwood Park and everything else.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So he learned a lot about the northwest suburbs and things that he hadn't seen in a long time. So it was interesting. So, but yeah. And there was right across from Gino's East is a deli, right across the street. And we totally spaced it. Not a single bit of pastrami, not a good bagel, nothing. But we did bring back Gino's East pizza. So we brought back good deep dish pizza. The best pizza is Chicago pizza, of course.
Casserole.
Yeah, no. It's
East Coast girl. No, I want New York style. Fold it and eat it.
I know that, and that's fine if that's what you want to think is superior. But I
didn't say it's superior.
Everybody has their opinion.
I did not say it's superior. I just said here's the casserole.
Yeah, no, it's piece of bread with. It's so good. And
I'm not. Oh, I'm agreeing with you that it's so good. I just can't call it pizza.
I just thought, I was afraid that, oh my God, after all of this, we're going to get to Wheaton and it's not going to taste the same. Because sometimes it's the water and the area that they grow tomatoes and stuff. Because believe me, I've been to Italy and I didn't like the pizza in Italy. I just didn't care for it. The crust, amazing, because they use the ovens. I could just eat it as bread, but I didn't care for the pizza.
But the actual ingredients didn't taste processed, and that's why you didn't like it.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a preservative kid.
You like a processed stuff.
Yeah, I'm a preservative kid, so that tells you how it goes in my life. So.
All right, we need to talk a little bit about something fiber related.
Oh, we will. We're going to get to that because I have a surprise, and you have a surprise.
Well, I kind of do. I'm doing a test crochet for a prayer shawl for Amy of Two Sisters and Some Yarn. I don't know if you guys know about them, but they are on Instagram as Two Sisters and Some Yarn. So it's a prayer shawl that she has written up a pattern for, and so I'm doing a little test knit. I actually could give her my recommendations back already. And I probably will do that tomorrow. I don't need to finish the whole thing because I know I've done enough of it that I know what I need to tell her.
Super. Look at how
and she didn't ask for any photos, so I don't think I need to be completely finished with it. But although I'm going to finish it.
It's gorgeous.
But it's going to take me a hot minute to finish it because I'm using the yarn that was left in my mailbox by Miss Karen, which it's blowing out on the screen, but it is super pale pink. And it's Hobby Lobby's. I love this yarn. I'm not sure. I don't have the tag on it. Oh, but I might have it here. It's
one
soft.
of those softer ones.
It's soft and it's acrylic, which is good.
That's great for when you're making a baby blanket.
Soft and sleek DK.
Doesn't feel like
it
DK?
Feels more like sock weight yarn in wool. But this is labeled as DK. It's 478 yards.
Wow. Good size.
And how many grams? Does it even give me grams?
No, they
doesn't.
Don't probably do that.
4 ounces net weight. So 478 grams. So
about 100 grams there.
So I have 3 balls of that, and so this will be a big wrap wrap yourself in it prayer shawl.
Nice V-stitch. Nicely done.
Yeah. So she was basically looking for feedback.
Nice.
So I can give that to her and get it back so she can get
it going. Maybe you can do that. I never heard 2 sisters and some yarn. That's nice.
Yeah, I haven't snooped around YouTube. I don't know if they have a YouTube podcast, but I do see them go live on Instagram. So just check them out. If you're on Instagram, check them out on Instagram and you can find all the details about them there. I have the only other thing major this last week, which if any of y'all are any of the peeps that did any ordering through our Etsy shop this last week, thank you. Huge amount of orders this last week.
Nice.
Yeah. Big amount of orders this last week.
Keeps you busy.
Kept me busy. That and work.
Yeah.
I will have like another kind of a mystery pack, but like, I'm not sure what I'm going to call it, but it's going to be like Under the Sea or something like that.
So you guys get to see these things first.
You get to see them first. This is not up on Etsy yet, but they will be. So I think
they're really cute.
I think you're going to get like 5 like sea creatures. So turtles, mermaids, seahorses, starfish, seashells, that sort of thing. And then 10 matching sort of anodized aluminum snag-free stitch markers along with it.
Time. See, Sarah May, she uses them all the time.
Yep.
Love 2 sisters and some yarn.
Yeah.
So thank you, Sarah May, for that nice.
Yeah, they're fantastic. I love them.
Yeah, that's so cool. This is beautiful.
That will probably be up on Etsy sometime today. I do have, if you guys want to be the first to know, I do have my 4th of July stuff is 25% off.
Oh,
until it runs out.
So if you want some 4th of July stuff,
it's gone.
Yeah.
But it's 25% off right now.
Cool.
And that's about all.
That's for working. I have to admit, during the summer, I don't, as a rule, do quite as much. To me, in the evening when it kind of cools off, sometimes I just like to go outside and.
Oh, I worked on him.
He smokes his cigar and I take my book and the dog sits in front craving a piece of apple or something like that. And then he sits down and chills and does that in the grass sort of thing. You know, he finds just the right spot to itch his back and he's wandering the yard. So anyway, yeah, anybody who hasn't used their stitch markers, you should go on Flock Around the Table and give them a shot because
Renee, I think I got yours out the same day that you ordered them, so that may be why you got them that fast. In Wyoming. And I also bribed the mailman too.
Whoa.
I don't. I don't bribe the mailman.
We don't want to know about that.
No.
A very personal side there.
Yeah.
Jamie, she goes, get the hell out of here. But the mailman, gotta give him a bribe or two, you know. So there you go. She's a good baker too. See, so maybe he just got cookies. Yeah, right. I don't know.
I speaking of baking, I made a loaf of bread this last week. Y'all, I forgot to put the salt in it.
Oh no!
I threw it out. I couldn't even I threw it out. I just threw it out. I'm like, I can't even make breadcrumbs out of this. Like, this is just gross.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Even the birds didn't eat it, huh?
No. The birds would have
they dropped
spit it out and said, "What in the hell are you trying to do?"
They dropped it back on your porch out there.
Yeah. That's exactly what they would do. They'd be like, a lady forgets you. Like, why you're not?
What the heck? There was no salt. What's wrong with you?
I know. Shit.
Too funny.
Oh my God. Right? Like, what the hell?
Well, speaking of things, I've been working on a secret project at home. You have to finish it off.
You're cleaning up tchotchke shit?
No, come on, please. No, that's not going to happen. Hello. No. But we're really into the Musselburgh here in Indy. Our group is, everybody's doing 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of them. I still haven't finished one, but I'm on my way. So, and it all kind of started with this one Voyager cap that I pulled out, and it's a little different. It's got a point to it.
Yeah, it's got a gnome hat point kind of thing to it.
So I found this pattern called, probably didn't even bring it, Lousy Voyager cap. And the lousy stands for leftover yarn, sock yarn. Okay, so that's LOSY, Lousy Voyager cap.
Okay.
And you use two together because it's supposed to be left over. And it makes a Voyager cap. Okay, wait. This is how kind of like the Voyager cap would be.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
You so need a pom-pom on that.
I know. And I brought the yarn for you to make it.
Okay. I'll make it.
Because I don't make good ones. But yeah. See? And you can even fold this up if you wanted to like have a little. It's kind of like a little bit of a Santa hat, but this is
it totally looks kind of like a Santa.
The Voyager's hats were, bent. I did change it a little bit because it was getting a little long. But I worked on this, so nobody even knew I was doing that.
I love it.
One of the yarns is from Hobby Lobby. This is their black. One of their
by the way, y'all,
sock yarn.
I was at my Hobby Lobby here, and I'm sure it's like a nationwide. They're discontinuing a bunch of yarns, and one of them is the sock yarn, the wool sock yarn. That's in the Twisted Hank. They're $3.24 each.
Oh my God. I better get over there. I gotta get over there tomorrow.
I didn't get any.
I didn't. You didn't?
No.
No. Well, I bought that a while ago.
You know what I was looking for?
What?
I was looking for colors of acrylic yarn to make the Granny Square jacket.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to get going on that too because I'm going to do one of those. But this is a leftover from Rebel Pearl. Was
that a horse of a different color?
Yeah, it's an off-brand, but it's
a horse of a different color.
So I used this and the black that had I didn't bring it, but it's black, and then it has the very
little speckles in it.
The orange, the bright colors.
Okay.
In there, and so, but this is the hat it makes.
Look at that. Marlene.
Now I shortened it a little bit. Now you can go a little bit longer. The top actually is longer.
So this has like.
But I have a short head.
Fun little seam.
See the seam going up. The decreases on this side. You would see.
And is the pattern bottom up or top down?
Bottom up.
Bottom up.
So you can go as long or as short as you want. When you start your decreases, the first section is you decrease a row and then you like knit 2 or 3 rows. Well, I went every other because I was getting tired of it. 2, look at that. It's cute. See, look, with your pom-pom. That's how a Voyager cap was worn, like that, as a rule. See, so that's why she calls it that, because it's more of a DK type weight. And she gives you all these different measurements for the size and stuff. So she kind of took.
You sold out tees?
No, it's somebody else.
It's a different person.
And I'm sorry, I don't have that. I could have sworn I threw that in here, but I didn't.
Okay. No, that's fine. It's the Voyager cap. Yeah. This is the
lousy
Voyager
cap. And it's because the lousy stands for leftover sock yarn. They like that. Isn't that fun? And
so another Scrappy project.
Yeah, there you go. And she even says, and now comes the worst part. I should say the boring part. All you do is knit and go round and round and round and round.
But when you're putting 2 together, and when you're doing, you can
it goes very quick.
Self-striping or
and when you're using it's more like a DK. It does go quicker. I did it on a 7.
You did it on a 7, so the rest of us world would do it on like a 5.
5, I think that's what they call for.
Yeah.
But I did it on a 7.
Oh no, this is cute. I like this.
Here, like I said,
this is a little small for me, a little big for you.
Yeah, a little big.
I got a big old head. I got a big old noggin.
And like I said, up here, I kind of got tired of doing 3 in between, so then I just went every other, thinking then I could get it done. So I did finish it in a car.
Just a suggestion, y'all.
Yeah, there you go. See,
do your thing.
There you go. That's how it's worn. With a nice little pom-pom over here.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun? Isn't that great?
I love this. This is good. Yeah. And you were able to keep it a secret.
And I kept it a secret. I started it like almost a month ago. So, and I didn't tell anybody I was doing it. I wanted to, and I didn't take it to any of the knitting projects or anything. I went just when I went out, I do it at my mom's or, every other day I do the other hat and then this hat.
No, that's great.
And it's warm too.
Yeah, because it's double.
So you've kind of got like your sock here. Now I think I put on my Musselburgh when I finish this. I really think the Musselburgh is a little bit warmer because you've got 2 layers of sock. Okay.
Yeah.
This is held together. So it's just that it's got to go through 2 layers and it may not line up.
Yeah.
The wind may have to take a little turn to get to you. So go online. I believe it was a free download on Ravelry. It wouldn't be quite as pokey, but you could make a Christmas. Go to Hobby Lobby, pick up the yarn on, red and white. You could do this as for like Christmas,
For sure.
And it would be a cute, Santa hat or something.
Or do like the ribbing in white.
Yeah.
And we do the rest of it in red
or something like that. And then I'll have a pom-pom made with this because I figured there's much more of this than the black. And I just thought that would be kind of cuter. It'll stand out.
Bring the black too?
No.
Oh.
I only brought this.
Okay.
The black, it doesn't have as much left. I
understand.
And I kind of got scared that I might have to play chicken. So that was the other reason I started decreasing a little bit more. So
no problem.
She can make a pom-pom.
I can make you a pom-pom.
And then also I've been working, as you all know, on my short stack hat.
Yes.
And that is now up to the top. So there's the colors.
Awesome.
There's the colors for the hat.
Green, yellow, orange, red, all in like tonal with speckles.
All tonal speckles. And that's Mothly and the squid. And the blue, I believe, is something from Leading Men. But don't quote me on that because I can't find it.
It's just a navy blue, guys.
It's a blue.
It's just a blue. You could use any.
And I have enough, I think, for what I'm going to do is there's like 6 other colors. And I'm going to put one of these colors, like one of them, in the mittens. So it's the set, but I'm going to use the other colors for the other 3 stripes.
Oh.
On the other one. So each mitten will be
different.
Your
mittens, how many stripes does
4,
your mitten?
just like the hat.
4? Okay.
So I thought I could do 3 of the one and 3 and then put one of these so that it looks like a set, but not a set. So anyway.
They would go together, but don't have to.
But I had to put it away because this is I'm on the decrease now. So sometimes you have to do a little more counting.
You have to pay attention.
Yeah. So
or use stitch markers where you decrease that.
You do that, but it's that first row I had to take it out.
Look at those ugly stitch markers.
I know, because that's all I had in the car. I know. I didn't realize. I didn't bring this bag because you know what?
You'd think with the friends that you have, you'd have some nice looking stitch markers.
I know. This little bag wasn't with me. So I had to use those silly little bulb things because that's all I had with me.
Those bulb things are great to have. Come on.
We
all know that they're great to have.
Right. But I wanted the other ones and I kept digging through my little can and I'm in the car and it was not a good scene.
Well, I wouldn't have found anything in my car. I have no stitch markers in my car.
No. We have plenty now. They're under the seat.
I would, if I'd have to, I would have to like cut off little strips of yarn and make circles out of that because I don't have any in my.
But you carry them with your yarn, right?
I don't always have like the little tin in each bag.
You don't?
Oh. No,
we'll
I
have
don't.
To work on that.
No, you don't have to work on that. I have plenty of things to put into each project bag. I just don't do that.
Yeah.
Because I have little tins. I have little bags.
But
I have little tchotchke bags.
Yeah, I know. But unfortunately, I had stuck these in there back in the day, and I never replaced them with the good kind. So, I just don't have one in each project bag because, like my I'm waiting project is in my, what does that say? It says something fuck on it. Whatever. The pink one in black, pink and black. Oh, that's next year's book.
No, my project bag. that you made, it says something about fucking, like, fuck yes, I knit, or something like that.
Oh, please give me time. Please, I'm taking, please, something. I'm fucking things up as fast as I can.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I didn't even get to go to any tchotchke stores while we were in Chicago either.
Oh, you were with Mikey.
I know.
I was gonna try and find the bag, but
anyway,
it's somewhere.
It's got little flowers on it, and in between it says,
Yeah.
"Please be patient. I'm fucking things up as fast as I can."
It's in cursive, so most people can't read it anymore.
Yeah.
But there's not there's not enough room in there for a full Musselburgh, the rest of the yarn, the pattern, the flexi flips. Case. No.
Yeah, but they
no buts. I just don't.
You could put it in a bag.
Yeah, and no.
Do you have one of those stitch fixers?
No, I don't even have one of those. Period.
Oh, now that is mandatory for me. This is stitch fixer.
I have a freaking crochet hook.
Yeah, if you're crocheting, but if you're knitting,
I can fix stitches with a crochet hook.
Yeah, but when you're knitting, do you keep a crochet hook in there?
No, but I can fix the stitch with my knitting needle.
I can't. See, I'm not that good. No, I'm not one of. Oh, wait a minute. I did have. There you go. I have.
And usually I have markers in the place that needs to have markers if I have a project with me, and if I know.
I was looking for lotion. I could have.
And I know if I'm changing something and it's a bigger project. Yeah, of course I have a thing of
yeah. Oh yeah. If it's a bigger one, then
and I know I'm going to be changing and I need to change the stitch marker placings or whatnot.
I don't know why I always do. I pretty much
because you have tchotchke stuff for everything, which is
fine. Just wait until next week when we start with our new book and everything. You'll see.
So yesterday morning, which you guys know her, she texted me in the morning. She's like, "What you up to today?" My niece is with me and she's wanting to learn to crochet and wondering if, and I'm like, I'm running some errands, whatnot, but nothing major. Just, let me know when.
Yeah.
So her and her niece came over yesterday afternoon. Now her niece, I think she's right around 14, 15, something like that. And she had learned how to chain from YouTube, but then got super confused because there's so many people out there demonstrating how to crochet. And unless you dive deep into it and you know what you're watching and seeing, not many of them go, okay, you can hold your hook any way you want to, whatever is comfortable for you.
Right.
You don't have to hold it this way. You don't have to hold it this way. You don't have to hold it. You know what I mean? Like if you want to hold it in between your teeth and that's what's comfortable for you, then by all means, please do that. So she was very confused. She thought she was doing things wrong.
Probably because she liked to maybe hold it a little different, and she kept trying to hold it their way.
And that and she probably is just like, how do you crochet, or something. And the videos that she was watching weren't geared towards super beginner.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like she didn't even understand where to put your hook.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
in through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I had her chain some more. So then, she had done a couple of things. Then I said, okay, I want you to do a chain of like 10. And then I'm like, okay, now we're going to single crochet back. And she looks at me, like,
when is that what I'm doing? I said one chain.
And then I told her, I showed her how to do it. I kind of stood behind her and like literally guided, like, it's like, if you're right-handed, it's going to be this way. And you need, like literally step by step, where you put your hands, where you put your, the project, where you're holding it, what needs to happen.
Grab it.
It doesn't matter how it happens. Just
Right.
what needs to happen, where the hook goes through, what it does. So she managed to get through the single crochet. Going back,
Probably we had jump for joy.
We had to, pull back a few times.
That's
no
natural.
Big deal. Piece of cake. And then I had her do a double crochet back the other way. And I go, okay, now you've done the 3 stitches that 95% of all crochet is. It's just a combination or a deviation of that.
Right.
Some way or another.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, and I go, don't get so worked up over what way they're holding the hook or, blah, 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 blah.
Just as long as you can get a single crochet or you can get a double crochet, that's all that matters. If you hold the hook in your teeth and you want to wrap it around, whatever works totally for you.
If you're super comfortable holding your crochet hook in your foot,
go for it.
Awesome.
So I know
more power to you. I can't do it.
My grandmother held it like, this.
Like a death grip.
And she could move like crazy.
I'm kind of envious people who crochet like holding it like a pencil. Like I so want to be able to do that.
Me too, but I don't.
And I'm all like,
yeah.
I'm sure if I worked on it, I could do it.
Yeah. See, and I don't hold my yarn the same way you hold your yarn.
Yeah. See, so everybody's different. And I told her, I said, you need to do what's comfortable for you.
Right.
But I also, after she did her single crochet, I was doing it along with her on my own sample. And so I ripped out my single crochet and then I single crocheted through the back loop only.
To give you a line.
The back loop, which gives you that clean edge.
Right.
When you crochet. And it's just a personal preference. Both ways work. Right. It doesn't matter. You still end up with the same result. But for me, if I'm not going to do a border around and it's going to be the edge that you're going to see, I want to go through the back bump.
Sure.
So I just showed her the difference. I'm like, this is what the difference is between where you went through, which is fine. It's the same thing. You're
right.
You're doing the same thing. It's just which part of the chain you went through. And she's like, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So
Elaine said that her grandmother held it like a pencil. And
yes.
I've always been amazed to have been able to do that.
I think it's super cool. And
and that's why you have less trouble with color work than I do because of the way you hold your yarn.
It could be. Yeah. So in crochet, I wrap it around my finger like this. Now I've seen lots of people who wrap it, and then they drop a loop as they crochet.
No. My finger would turn purple before I got done.
Right. I actually do my tension between these two fingers right here. And this one is just kind of guiding it.
Yeah.
So when I do color work and knitting, I carry my main color in my right hand because I'm a thrower in knitting.
Yes, I do too.
I throw.
Yeah.
But I hold my contrasting if it's only 2 color.
Yeah.
Then I hold my other one here. And it makes it super easy because then I can just pick this one up or not pick it up.
Yeah. See, and I'm not one.
But that doesn't mean that any other way of doing color work is the wrong way of doing color work in knitting. Like Colleen can't do that. It's not for her. So she drops the off color when she's knitting with color work.
And I'm a pincher.
Yep, I pinch.
So I do have a little tendency to do a little more pinching.
Oh, and you twist to the back. I twist to the front.
I twist to the back.
Oh.
I learned on thread. And on thread, you twist a little more to the back.
I don't know if I...
Yeah. I learned doilies. That's how I learned how to crochet.
So do you come from the back and... No, you go this way.
I go that way. Yeah.
See?
Semi-European, because both grandparents were European. So it's a semi-European adapted back before, I mean, I learned to crochet when I was 6 with grandma, and we would make doilies.
That makes a different leg.
It does.
So y'all, I just realized this, dummy me. So I twist my hook. So I wrap the yarn from behind and pull it forward. And then when I pull it through the loop, I twist my hook forward so that you don't catch both. Right? She does hers the other way. So she pulls her yarn to the front and goes over the hook that way. But then when she pulls it through the hook, she twists her hook to the back.
Right. Yeah.
Now,
neither one's wrong.
Neither one's wrong.
It's just
neither one's right.
The other thing is consistency. It's just the way consistency.
It does twist
a little bit different.
It would be like in knitting. It would be like a right leaning or a left leaning stitch. Right. So these two stitches are both done differently.
Yeah.
If you can see that.
I did a lot of, they look like
learn something new every day.
Yeah. See how you like that? My grandmothers both taught me, both did it, and they did it pretty similar, considering one was from Scotland and the other one was was Russian. So, I mean, they both sort of learned, I kind of learned a mixture of American and European. And then when I kind of went back to it on my own through books, because back in the day we used to have actual books.
Yeah.
And sometimes too, Colleen, if you want to tell your niece, go to Hobby Lobby, go to Michael's or something, look through, or even online, look through the beginner books that go step by step. The pictures sometimes, because they go a little slower and they're a little more consistent.
Well, and I can attest to the fact that the reason why she was struggling,
she was probably 2 steps further than where she should have been.
Well, not only that, but her mom or her grandma or whatever gave her some yarn and crochet hooks. The yarn was it was thinner than sock yarn.
Okay, so it was a lace weight.
It was close to lace weight.
Yeah.
It was very, very thin.
Like heavy thread.
And the crochet hooks that she had also probably been given were like size 6 and up.
Okay.
So, I would prefer like a student learning crochet to start on something that's a little bigger, easier to see, like a worsted or a bulky.
Right.
Just because you can see the stitches better and you can see where everything is orientated and how to do things. So I went back into the yarn room and I grabbed some bulky.
How do you like that? She had a stash.
Oh yeah. And a worsted, and I sent them both home with her.
Oh, good.
I said, you need to practice on both of these. Don't even pretend like you're going to make anything. You just need to practice these 2 stitches.
Put it in, take it out, put it in, take it out, cut it off. Don't worry about it. Just keep going.
Throw it away. Start anew. Yep.
Just keep
It's muscle memory with your hands and knowing where to put your hands.
Right.
And she didn't even understand the flipping of your work because she's just started knitting like 6 months ago.
Oh.
So she's knitting comfortably now and now wants to try crochet too, right? So she doesn't, that crochet terms where you just flip your work.
Yeah. She did
but
that.
Of course, when you just have a chain, that's the other thing. I'm like, you have to remember you're just working with a chain. So let's put a progress keeper on the bottom so you know what's the bottom and you know what's the beginning.
Right.
So always keep your progress keeper facing downwards.
Right.
So of course I sent her home with a couple of progress keepers too.
Yeah. On my first sweater, the one sweater, I must have just gone, most everything I did was back and forth. So when I was doing the sweater, I never realized that I was going backwards. And Marcia had to take it all out. Oh,
a crochet?
No, in knitting, because if I picked it up and I was on the back side, but the yarn was over here, I just started knitting.
Yeah.
I didn't look.
I've done that
on the right side, and away I go. You know,
Yep,
and poor
I've done
Marcia
that.
would have to fix it all the time. So
you're going the wrong direction.
yeah, she's like, "What'd you do here?" Oh, I see what you did. So she'd be like ripping out,
what you did.
and then she quickly would put it back in, and I would be like, "How the hell do you do that?" I didn't even. Yeah, no.
Maggie, see, I think it's just what you're comfortable with and what you're shown. Maggie says she holds her crochet hook like a pencil too.
Yeah, from South Africa. You know what? I looked up sloth and flocker in South Africa.
But are you talking about the mango thing? It's like a chutney. I'm still making some, Maggie. I found a recipe.
For what?
The mango thing that Maggie was talking about from South Africa. Yeah. I can't remember the term
you had told us, and she looked it up.
I did.
And she's going to make it. So we'll have that. So we'll bring it up.
It's like a chutney.
Yeah.
You don't even know what a chutney is.
Well, the other
thing
is, see, South Africa's on my list, my bucket list.
Yeah.
And so now when I get to South Africa, I don't care where Maggie's at. She may never want to meet me, but I'm going to go find Maggie.
Oh, no, you're going to go find Maggie. I'm like, of course you're going to find Maggie.
I'm going to get down there and go, hey, Mags, what's up? And she's going to go, oh, my God, you're as weird as you are on TV.
Speaking of travel, so last week, the whole flock on a cruise was brought up.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And Chicken Sharon, you said sounds like Chicken Sharon's going to take this over.
Yeah, no. I think I'm taking it over.
Oh, are you?
Yeah. Well, Sharon's going to work with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alaska.
I think that's where we're going to kind of put it up to and kind of make it.
That's what Tori said too.
Yeah. End of August.
Alaska 2023, Tori said she's so down.
Yeah. That's where I'm kind of leaning. The end of 7 days, probably on either Celebrity or Royal Caribbean.
Out of
Seattle. But you still
out of Seattle.
7 days out of Seattle. I want to come and go from the same place. We might be able to go out of Vancouver. I have to look and see. But I don't want any more than 7 days.
Washington or Vancouver?
Okay. Vancouver, British Columbia. You still have to have your passport. And just to let you know, because there are certain times trails go into British Columbia, and sometimes the forest people. We may have
to discuss this.
Yeah, the forest people have a tendency sometimes to be out there, very rarely, but then they want to see your passport. So it's just one of those things. But
Maggie said she'd be very happy to see you.
Oh, well, I can't wait. Don't worry, I'm going to get down there. Trust me. You know, my mom's tell me that I could use the money that she's leaving me to go wherever I want. And
you don't need to use your mom's money. You can use your own money.
I know, but then he can't say anything.
Oh. He wouldn't say anything anyway.
Probably not, but
yeah.
I mean, he probably wouldn't. And then we were talking the other day about maybe cashing in his life insurance. I said, because life insurance is great when you're in your younger years. You know, it in case something happened to him, I was well protected. I said, but now we've got a few dollars in the bank. We don't necessarily need it. Let's cash it in. And he said, yeah, I could use X, Y, and Z, use it for this. And I said, excuse me, I'm the beneficiary, so it's mine. I said, if you die, you don't get any of it. I do. So what's the point, you know? And if I die, you still don't get any of it. So it should be me. And then it's in the estate. He goes, you find a way around everything, don't you? And he said, yeah, you want to miss this toll? I'll tell you how. He didn't get that. So anyway, he just sort of just shook his head and stayed in his lane. And I'm like, oh my God, that truck's going to hit us, you know, but he let him in, and then we were kind of putzing behind the truck, you know. So I just kept knitting on my rows until I got to the blue. And then I couldn't do much more after that because I had to count, and I kept dropping stitch markers, and it's navy blue. And we were heading west, we were heading east. So the sun was behind me, and, you know, working with darker colors in the car with a dark shirt too. Of course, I have to wear a dark shirt. I can't wear a white shirt. You know what I mean?
No, because you wear your breakfast, lunch, and dinner on your shirt.
Well, yeah, I knew I was going to go get pizza. I don't think you noticed this.
Did you tie-dye your own sneaker or did you buy them
I buy
tie-dye?
these. These are Skechers. I bought them for her, for me to wear here. Isn't that cute? Because she likes it. Aren't they awesome? They're cute. I just had to share that. Those Skechers.
Those are awesome. I may have to go get some.
Yep. It's QVC.
Oh, no. I don't need to go to QVC.
Oh, man, I love QVC and HSN.
Of course you do.
My mom did. My mom had a direct route. She put an order in. Those guys put it on the truck the next day. She is always like that. So anyhow, so
what else? What else we got?
Next week is our number 100.
Oh, it is 100. Well, I probably will have a giveaway next week.
Yeah, and hopefully I'll get some stuff together and we'll have a few poofs because it's also the 3rd of July.
It is. It's my annual party at my house.
Right. So we got a lot going on next weekend. So I'll
my
have to
in-laws are here.
Yeah. So we have to be a little careful in the podcast.
No, I think Jimmy's going to take them golfing.
Oh, that sounds, man, I got to go give him a hug. I'm going to give him a hug and a kiss and he won't even know why.
Yeah, but you may have to stay and help me get ready for the
I'm more than happy to
Or
do
are
that.
you planning on staying and not going
No, I can stay for some of it and give you a hand. I have no problem with that.
Was Mikey planning on coming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, some of it just depends on what mommy's doing. But
yeah, for sure.
I have a feeling that we're shifting to heaven this week for some reason. I just got that feeling. It'll be sad, but not sad. My mom's had a wonderful, and she always says that when I start with the tears, and she starts with the tears. She said, "No tears, no service. Go have a nice dinner on me. Laugh, remember."
Does that include brats and beans? Because that's gonna be so
that'll be it. That could be my fun dinner. She said, just go and enjoy. No tears, no nothing. We had a great life together, and she, sure it's tough. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. It's like, bye, mom, see ya, and then walk away. It's just that she said, and I told her, I said, we talk about her sometimes on the podcast. I said, with the hospice and how you're cracking jokes and everything, and everybody's looking at, I think the first time this new minister came, she said something, and she told me that he looked at her like she belongs upstairs in the nut, in the memory care place, because this woman, and then he finally got the joke. And then he
talks to you and goes, "Oh, never mind.
Oh, never mind. I know exactly where she's coming."
We understand now. Understand.
So anyway, so next week hopefully we will have 4th of July and number 100. Boy, that felt convenient,
Yeah,
it really did. It was meant to be.
No, we planned it.
We did. Yeah, we kind of figured it out. I knew that I had to travel X amount of days and be gone, and so she didn't have somebody coming up, and
yeah.
So
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we'll see you guys next week. Get ready for your 4th of July. Be safe. Don't put off fireworks in your face, because I don't want to hear about anybody getting hurt. Just behave. Watch those sprinklers and everything. And
leave the fireworks to the professionals.
Yeah, I'm okay with sparklers, but
sparklers
that's about it.
And pops.
Yeah, that's about it.
Sparklers and pops.
Yeah, okay. That's about it. So,
all right, gang.
Anyway, we see you. Stay. Wait. I almost got caught. Check this out.
Touchscreen.
I'm learning. Takes a while, but I am learning.
Well, it's because your short-term memory is bad, but your
my long-term memory is great. Bye, guys. It's true. My short-term memory goes.